It's our own version of Spartacus as the Warriors take on the Spartans right now on Quiz Kids.
It's the Bay Area Quiz Kids. Brought to you by the San Mateo Credit Union, Kaiser Permanente, and Samtrans. And now, the best host on the West Coast, Brad Friedman.
Thank you so much. Welcome to Quiz Kids. We're right in the middle of our Elite 8 competition. Teams 5 and 6 are right behind me. We're going to get right to the game. First, please say hello to our mighty judge, Mr. Frank Saboti. And would you please join me in welcoming the Mission San Jose Warriors? Kirk Jing. A couple of weeks ago, I refused to let you talk about this, and now you've trapped me. So, you want to talk about Pokemon.
Exactly. To
bring out the humanitarian aspect of your character. So, tell us about Pokemon, what your focus is with him.
Well, I was going to talk about math in Pokemon, because when you play Pokemon with other people, it's not like you're playing with computers. It often gets really, really competitive. And when you play games with other people, people will pretty much, do anything to get an edge over the other. So, people will, use mathematical, principles to, make sure they play in the optimal, strategies and,
That's really interesting.
That.
I don't think your team's going to forgive you for talking about this.
I thought it was interesting because it's the last place you'd expect to find such intellectual
Right, and it starts little children out in mathematics. Good for you, Kirk. Youngjun Na, how long have you been playing the piano?
Like 8 or 9 years.
But only for pleasure, really. You don't play with a band or...
Yeah, basically. I mean, I played for a while and then I stopped last year, but I've resumed playing. It's a lot of fun.
You find it relaxing after a hard day of school or work?
Guess, yeah.
Yeah, what's your favorite kind of music to play?
Probably just romantic pieces.
Good, good. Maybe you'll serenade people's weddings someday for a living. Dawei Liu.
Yes.
We all are in the mood to talk about the things that we don't think about at school, but the Beatles have always been one of your favorite groups.
Yes, they have been. Good,
and you're pretty young for that. I mean, the Beatles were around when I was your age, even younger, so what is it about the Beatles that you like?
I think the Beatles have some kind of feeling or they exude a kind of emotion that bands nowadays don't have, and they have a lot of depth towards their songs. There's a lot to offer. And
what's your favorite Beatles song? Can you say it?
Either Let It Be or Yellow Submarine.
Yeah. Very, very different songs. Both of them very meaningful. Let's give a big hand to your coach, Brian Tsui. All right, gentlemen, we're going to play the collaboration round, give you a chance to earn up to 100 points. Every question I ask is worth 10. If you give me 7 correct answers, I'll give you a 30-point bonus for a score of 100. And you get to choose between 3 categories. And those categories are Hey Mon, Proverbial Blanks, or Two Book Look. Which category would you like?
Do Two Book Look. Two Book Look? Yeah, right. Two Book Look.
Two Book Look. All right, here we go. I'll name 2 novels, and you name the author. Billy Budd and Moby Dick.
Melville.
Melville's right. Airframe and Jurassic Park.
Crichton.
Michael Crichton is correct. The Plague and The Stranger.
Camus.
Camus is correct. The Hamlet and The Sound and the Fury.
Faulkner.
That is correct, Faulkner. Ulysses and Finnegan's Wake.
James Joyce.
Right. Rabbit Run and The Witches of Eastwick.
Updike.
John Updike is correct. And finally, Coming Up for Air and 1984.
George Orwell.
You scored 100 points. Congratulations. You can't do better than that. Let's see how the other team does when we return after these messages. Welcome back. Please put your hands together for the Mountain View Spartans. Jeffrey Tarash, you have formed a People's Club at Mountain View High. And what is the purpose of People's Club?
Well, we are a very inclusive debate club at our school. We were actually originally named the Gentlemen's Club, but we felt that it suggested we only invite one gender. So at the urging of my friends Herschel and Michael, we changed it to the People's Club.
Good thinking.
So now we welcome all genders, men, women, and whatever.
To do what?
To talk.
To talk. Right. So I said, well, what about just sitting around at lunch and talking? But you told me the real reason that you do this at the People's Club is
I think spiritual enlightenment would be the main reason.
That's not what you said before. I think it said something like, "It looks good on my transcript."
That was an ulterior motive.
President of the People's Club. Well, congratulations. That will probably get you to Sacramento at least, maybe even Washington.
Thank you.
Josh Cohen, you are participating in March Madness, but you've received bad news as of this taping.
I'm already mad.
Yeah.
The team I had that was going to win, Kansas, they just lost, and that just screwed up my bracket a lot. I've won with my friends 2 years in a row this year, probably. This is my guess is that this year not going to be three-peat.
But of course, one of the joys of March Madness is that those upsets.
Yeah, exactly.
Not for you, because you seem pretty upset, but the upsets are what make it exciting, right?
Yeah, and I'd also like to say I like the Beatles a lot. I'm going to agree with the other team on that.
Are they playing in March Madness too? Never mind, that was just a joke.
Okay.
I'm sorry about Kansas, though.
okay.
I apologize.
It's okay.
All right. Herschel Patel. Last week, Bellarmine was here, and they went on and on about how they won regionals, how they've scored high in robotics. But now we will learn the truth. They are riding on the coattails of Mountain View High, right?
Well, not quite riding on our coattails. The game is played in alliances of 3 teams. So we were on the same alliance, and we just kind of played through all our matches together, working closely, and it turned out great.
But they didn't mention you last week, and you are mentioning them. So you're better. You're the better man.
I'll take that.
It was a regional. It was a group effort.
Yeah.
And congratulations. Hopefully you guys will make it to Atlanta. Is that where you're going?
We're going to Atlanta for the World Championships this April.
Fantastic. Good luck to you. Let's give a big hand to your coach, George St. Clair. Spartans, I will ask you to choose from one of the remaining categories, either Haemon or proverbial blanks.
Haemon.
Haemon is your category. I'll describe these things that begin with M-O-N. M-O-N. She was arguably the most famous intern in the Bill Clinton White House.
Monica Lewinsky.
That's right. The UK and the Netherlands are constitutional ones of this.
Monarchies.
Right, for 10. Frankenstein's reanimated man was one.
Monster.
A monster is correct. Followers of the rule of Saint Benedict might live in one of these.
Monastery. Yeah,
A
monastery.
monastery is correct. He founded Domino's Pizza.
Monty Python.
Monty Python was so close, but it's Tom Monahan. He's the painter known for his paintings of black lines with red, blue, and yellow rectangles.
It's not Monet.
Monet.
Monet. No, it's not.
Just say-
Montgomery.
It's Piet Mondrian. And finally, he's the impressionist painter known for his water lilies.
Monet.
That is Monet, and that leaves you with 50 points. Congratulations, gentlemen. It's now 100 to 50. We'll see how the score changes when we come back. Don't go away.
Tournament champions will win an all-expense-paid trip to Europe, courtesy of ACIS.
Thank you very much. We got a big championship match coming up in just a few weeks. If you would like to join us for that in our studio audience, give us a call at 650-637-1936. We'll send you free tickets. All right, gentlemen, it's time to play the 3-for-all round. These questions come in 3 parts. So you have the buzzers in your hand. I will ask you a 10-point question. First man to buzz in gets to collaborate on increasing your score. Your second correct answer will give you 20 points. And if you get all 3 questions right, you will score 40 points. Your turn ends when you give me an incorrect answer. If you buzz and give me an incomplete answer or an incorrect answer, the other team will get that chance at the 3-for-all. So be careful. We have 100 points for Mission San Jose, 50 for Mountain View. Here's the first toss-up question. On which Hawaiian island would you find Diamond Head? Youngjun.
Oahu?
Yes, for 20 points. On which Hawaiian island would you find the Napali coast?
Maui?
No, Kauai. You earned 10 points. Here's the next toss-up. This British scientist is famous for saying, "If I have seen further, it is by standing on the shoulders of giants." Yes, Youngjun.
Newton?
Yes, for 20 points. The SI unit for electric potential is named for which Italian scientist known for making frog legs jump?
Volta, right? Yeah. Volta?
Right, for 40 points. The SI unit for electrical charge is named for which 19th century Englishman?
Faraday.
Michael Faraday, you earned 40 points. Congratulations. Next toss-up. Video game publisher Electronic Arts recently released the game Inferno, loosely based on the first... Yes, Jeffrey?
Dante.
No, I'm sorry. Loosely based on the first cantica of what 14th century epic poem?
Can't buzz. Can't buzz.
You don't have to buzz in, just say
Divine comedy.
Inferno.
Divine comedy.
Divine comedy.
Divine comedy. Divine
Yes,
comedy.
for 10. For 20 points. In his review of Inferno, San Francisco Chronicle columnist Peter Hartlob suggested a video game based upon what William Golding novel about boys stranded on an island?
Lord of the Flies.
Yes, and for 40 points. At the same time, Hartlob suggested that what Kerouac novel would make the world's worst driving game?
Crash.
Crash. Okay, Crash.
On the Road.
Oh.
All right, you earned 20. Here's the next toss-up. What is the color of litmus paper in the presence of an alkali? Yes, Youngjun?
Blue.
What is the color of litmus paper when exposed to an acid?
Red.
And in contrast to litmus paper, what kind of paper turns a wider variety of colors to indicate degree of acidity or alkalinity?
Universal indicator. Universal indicator.
No, pH paper.
Okay.
Okay, here's your next toss-up. Andros Island is the largest and New Providence the most populous of the islands of which nation whose capital is Nassau? Youngjun?
Bahamas.
Yes. Nassau is one of 4 counties found in which part of New York with an Atlantic coast?
Long Island? Or
Long Island.
Right, for 40 points, which type of poultry is often called Long Island even though its type originated in China?
Peking?
Peking duck. No, duck. Hen, right? Hen. Duck.
Duck is right for 40 points. Yes. Punxsutawney Phil could tell you that Groundhog Day is celebrated on the second day of... Josh.
January.
Right, for 20 points. In what state is Punxsutawney?
Pennsylvania.
Right, for 40 points. In the movie Groundhog Day, what was the profession of Bill Murray's character?
Newscast.
That is right for 40 points. What first human-made plastic was invented by Alexander Parks in 1855 and found one of its original uses in the manufacture of billiard balls? That's celluloid. Next toss-up. In the 18th century, it was discovered that women in what occupation appeared to be immune to smallpox?
Milkmaid.
Right, for 20 points. What disease of milkmaids conferred immunity to smallpox?
Cowpox. Cowpox.
Right, and for 40 points, who made the discovery and was the first to vaccinate humans using cowpox serum?
Jennings or Jenner? Jenner?
Pasteur?
Pasteur. Pasteur.
Jenner.
Damn it.
All right, here comes the next toss-up. What cocaine addict and brother of civil servant Mycroft is assisted by Mrs. Hudson at the apartment he shares at 221B Baker Street? Yes, Jeffrey?
Sherlock Holmes.
Right, for 20 points. In the 2009 movie Sherlock Holmes, who played Holmes?
Robert Downey Jr.
Robert Downey Jr.
Right, and for 40 points, the movie culminates with a confrontation on top of what London landmark at the time still under construction?
London Bridge.
London Bridge? Yeah. London Bridge.
Can I accept that? No. No, I'm sorry, it was the Tower Bridge. And you earned 20 points. Here's the next toss-up. Which wine country town is home to the northernmost of California's missions? Josh?
Sonoma.
Right, for 20 points. According to Jack London, the name Sonoma is a Native American word meaning valley of what heavenly body?
Sun. The sun.
The moon. Next toss-up. Litmus paper is used to test for acids and bases. Base is known by what name to scientists?
Alkali.
That is right, for 20 points. Until 1994, which alkali lake near Yosemite was in danger of being drained to provide water to Los Angeles?
Lake. Merced.
Mono Lake. Who endowed the University of Chicago in the late 1890s? Yes, Youngjun.
Rockefeller.
I need more.
David.
Can I accept that? Okay, John David Rockefeller. In his later years, Rockefeller was known for passing out nickels to children and what silver coins to adults?
Quarters. Silver dollars. Silver dollars.
Dimes. What man played Jefferson Smith in Mr. Smith Goes to Washington? And Jeffrey?
Jimmy Stewart.
Correct, for 20 points. In the movie Harvey, Jimmy Stewart plays Elwood P. Dowd, whose best friend is what imaginary animal?
Elephant.
Unicorn.
A rabbit. Here's the final toss-up question. The Monsanto process was once the major method of synthesizing which acid, also called ethanoic acid? Yes, Youngjun.
Acetic.
Yes, for 20 points. The word vinegar comes from the Old French vinaigre, meaning what kind of wine?
Sour. Sour.
Yes, for 40 points. What is the dark, highly aged vinegar that's the product of years of aging in a successive number of casks made of various types of wood?
I want to say wine.
Cognac. Cognac.
Balsamic vinegar. And that shows at the end you have 280 to Mountain View's 140. Congratulations. Will Mountain View catch up? We'll find out when we return. We have returned for the Extreme Lightning Round. The point values have doubled to 20. And if you buzz and give me the right answer, you'll score 20 points for your team. However, we have a penalty here. If you give me the wrong answer, you will lose 20 points off your score. If the other team collaborate and gets the 20 points, they can seriously change that score. So we have 280 to 140. Good luck to both teams. Here we go. He was first in a long line of Bugs Bunny's nemesis. Jeffrey.
Elmer Fudd.
Correct. What symbol of Ireland was used by St. Patrick to illustrate, yes, Youngjan?
Clover.
Can I accept that? No. To illustrate the Trinity.
Is this a shamrock? Shamrock.
The shamrock is correct. Liver, kidney, or gizzard? Which part of a duck or goose gives us, Josh?
Gizzard.
No, gives us foie gras.
It's a liver.
Liver.
That's right. What is the background color on the flag of the United Nations? Josh.
Blue.
Right. Name the fictional game of soccer on broomsticks invented by Youngjan.
Quidditch.
Yes. Name the woven masterpiece which depicts the deathbed of King Edward the Confessor and the invasion, Youngjan.
Bayeux Tapestry.
Yes. Pearl, Yellow, or Yangtze? On which river will you find the Three Gorges Dam? Jeffrey.
Yangtze.
Correct. Although spelled differently, the word for an extensive open tropical grassland sounds like the name of what large Georgia city? Josh.
Savannah.
Correct. Where would you find a traffic control device known as a wigwag? Railroad crossing. TennCare in Tennessee and Mass Health in Massachusetts are state components of what program designed to provide the poor? Yes, Josh.
Medicaid.
Correct. What nation's first European settlers arrived at Port Jackson where they established a penal colony on the site? Yes, Youngjan.
Australia.
Right. Of bat, cat, or rat. What is the meaning of the title of the Strauss opera Die Fledermaus? Yes.
Bat.
That is correct. In physics, impulse equals the change in what quantity? Youngjan.
Momentum.
Correct. Let me call your name. Which British polymath coined the term cell and also developed a yes, Youngjan.
Hook.
Yes. Guess where 2, Sacred Cow, and Independence were predecessors of the Boeing 747 jets that now fly under what call sign when carrying the president? Herschel.
Air Force One.
Right. By volume, which river is the largest tributary of the Mississippi River? Josh.
The Missouri.
Nope.
Arkansas. Which one to guess? Pass.
Ohio.
Okay, good.
Chicken or veal are lightly breaded, then stuffed with ham and cheese before baking. Give me the name of this dish that's a 2-word term that means blue ribbon in French. Jeffrey.
Cordon bleu.
Correct. Of electric current, power, or charge, which is measured in watts? Herschel.
Power.
Right. In what month does the summer solstice occur in the southern Josh.
December.
Right. Name the long-running musical review written by Steve Silver, which plays in San Francisco's North Beach, has a street named after it. Jeffrey.
Blanket Babylon.
I'm sorry. You can steal.
Pass.
Beach Blanket Babylon. What stage name did Frederick Austerlitz use for his many tap dancing appearances in Hollywood films? Josh.
Fred Astaire.
Correct. Name the respected University of Oxford scholar of Middle English and Old English who enchanted the world with his tales, Youngjan.
J.R.R. Tolkien.
Yes.
Yeah.
What is the name given to neutron stars whose rotation causes them to emit? Youngjan.
Pulsar.
Right. What pro basketball team had a 38-year winning streak after losing one game in Youngjan?
Harlem Globetrotters.
Correct. Think about a Bay Area junction along I-80 if you can't remember what name of King Lear's favorite daughter. Youngjan.
Cordelia.
Right. Which author and cartoonist wrote The Secret Life of Walter Mitty? We have 2 minutes to go. James Thurber. The duodenum is the first part of which? Youngjan.
Small intestine.
Right. Of a flower, a fish, a butterfly, or a communist naval officer, what is a red admiral?
A butterfly.
That is right, Herschel. Name the country that is the USA's biggest trading partner in value of exports and imports. Youngjan.
China.
No.
Do we want to get, let's guess, England?
England.
England. Yeah.
Canada. Those enormous brass instruments in marching bands usually aren't tubas, but are what? Jeffrey.
Saxophones.
Correct. Of San Francisco, San Bernardino, or San Mateo, which California county is the largest in terms...
San Bernardino.
That is right. Which U.S. Great Lake extends farthest west? Youngjan.
Huron.
No.
Superior.
Right. Along with Aldebaran, Spica, and Regulus, what red supergiant star in the Milky Way galaxy, Youngjan?
Betelgeuse?
No.
Betelgeuse. No.
Is the Milky Way galaxy is one of the 4 brightest stars near the ecliptic?
Deneb.
Antares. It is said that this city has more canals than Venice, which is Kirk.
It's not Venice.
All right, which is surprising for a city several miles inland. Nicknamed Brum, what is the so-called second city of Britain that flourished during the Industrial Revolution?
Manchester.
Birmingham. Typical flowers have 6 of them inside a perianth, arranged in a whorl around the pistil, consisting of a filament and... Yes, Herschel. What?
Anthers.
No. Consisting of a filament and an anther is what male flower organ?
Pistol, right? Pistol?
Stamen. No, stamen. What is this oath taken by physicians that lays out... Yes, Youngjan.
Hippocratic.
Right. The Japanese manufacturer Yonex dominates the equipment market for which sport? Yes, Youngjan.
Stopwatch?
No. The origin of this sport may have come from an English game called battledores and shuttlecocks.
Badminton.
Right. What is this tiny island nation in the Mediterranean with capital Valletta? Yes.
Malta?
Right. One meaning of which word is the carved wooden decoration found at the prow of ships between the 16th and 19th century? That is the end of the game. And that means with 440, Mission San Jose goes to our Final Four. Congratulations. We'll see you all next week for the last Elite 8 game. Bye-bye.
The following underwriters helped to make this program possible: San Mateo Credit Union, Kaiser Permanente, Samtrans. Additional support provided by the Burlingame Scottish Rite of Freemasonry, the Knights Templar,